New Zealand is facing tough choices after months of this. People in Northland and on the east coast have lost their homes and now await word if they can ever return. In Tamaki Makaurau, entire neighbourhoods were submerged as ancient wetlands resurfaced. Flooding like this used to be rare when nature seemed easier to tame.
These 100-year floodplains are becoming 50-year, 30-year, 5-year floodplains. And as we've seen this year, month-to-month floodplains, and we're seeing the same places flood over and over again.
Okay, so we need to think about where we go from here, like growing up instead of spreading out.
The farther out we grow, the less space we have for that water to drain, for the wetlands to absorb rainfall. But density in terms of height doesn't matter to rain. It's going to fall on a given area, so it doesn't matter how tall the building is.
We could follow the lead of other heavy rain countries like Singapore and kick our habit for concrete.
We have the technology now to use porous cement that the water will just drain right through and filter at the same time. If we have to replace our driveway, we could replace it with something more porous or with gravel. All of these things make a huge difference when they're accumulative over the city.
But in some places, turning back the tide may not be an option.
Nobody knows better how to manage a river than a river itself. It's able to make those really fine-tuned adjustments. And so as soon as we lock a river in place, that's when problems start to occur and the river has a tantrum and changes its course dramatically.
The only way forward could be packing up and moving out.
We need to wave the white flag and stop trying to mess with Mother Nature and retreat. We've got neighbourhoods and communities that have been inundated with floodwaters, not once, not twice, but multiple times over such a short period of time, and the insurance payout is running out. This is a problem that eventually will come knocking at your door. So we need the government to both do the process really well and also for there to be great urgency in that process, because we've got people stuck in some pretty dire situations at the moment.
Something definitely needs to change. It needs to change fast. There's an interesting idea floating around called daylighting, which is where you dig up the area that used to be a river and let the river be the river, so it won't, necessarily flood you again.
So, like in Auckland, Queen Street would be gone, and the river that used to be there would be back.
Would
that sounds
be
beautiful.
the river, yeah.
But then you can put perspex over the top, so you can walk over the top of the river and enjoy it.
That's
What's
right.
the cost implications of that?
Just, it's really easy. It's a very no cost to the taxpayer at all, and it's just a very simple kind of
And
change.
any disruption to business or home?
No, nothing at all. No, change at all. No.
Unfortunately, I get a bit bummed out about these big ideas because they sound so amazing, but people and bureaucracy get in the way. That report that we've been waiting on for a few months out of Tairāwhiti, where all the slash, all the fallen trees has contributed massively to the flooding there, that's just come out today, and from what I can see, the first reaction of the Gisborne Council there was to say, oh, look, that's a bit much, isn't it? Okay, why are you pointing the finger at us? Get out of the way and just get on with the solution.
Big ideas are great, but we already know that this general election is going to be the election of small ideas. It's a race between the two big parties who can have the smallest idea and scare people the least and hopefully get people's votes. It can be a little bit depressing, but we'll be keeping an eye on them throughout 2023.